Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So in this video we're going to be going through the free-to-play 5 teams I've come up with for Clashfronts, and then 5 pay-to-win teams I've come up with as well. And then we're going to have a couple of honorable mention teams using heroes which I don't personally have upgraded on my account, but other people may do. Okay, beginning with the free-to-play team, there will be a formation ID in the corner, but this is for a Vanguard 5 teams. You can pick and choose 3 of your strongest teams from these 5 if you are not a Vanguard. Okay, the first team is going to be the team which I've been using all for this season, which is the Nero, Damon, and Shamira team with the Graveborn faction talent. Nero is going to be giving his charm to power up Shamira. Damon is going to be giving an attack buff to Shamira. You have Almas as the tank. You have crowd control from Iron. If the opponent brings Lily May, then Nero is going to deny the Lily May, and Iron is going to be able to get off his ultimate. And I decided to go for the Elder Bow spell here. Definitely other artifacts can work, but this is my most range damage dealer team, so I decided to go for the Elder Bow spell with this one. This should do pretty well for everyone, and it is pretty free-to-play friendly. Moving on to team number 2. Team number 2 is going to be my second most used team this season. Even on my pay-to-win defenses, I run this team in Supreme Arena, and it does really well. Using heroes which a lot of people would have built up, major priorities. You have Ludovic for the healing. Thorin will protect the Ludovic. You have Bonnie on the Graveborn faction talent tile. You have Tossie for crowd control and also soloing at the end. And then you have Lily May for interrupting the opponent. With the Light Call spell, I think would be the best artifact for this stall-oriented team. This is about Bonnie, Stall, comp with Tossie, 2 heroes which work really well together, and it is another team that's able to take advantage of the Graveborn faction talents, which is a good thing because, you know, Graveborn faction talents this season are very strong in PvP. So, very good team, and again, very free-to-play friendly. Moving on to team number 3. Team number 3 is going to be the first Mauler team that you see here, using heroes which everyone should have built up if you've been playing for a while, which are Shakira, Mikola, and Coco. Coco will give her charm to make Shakira tankier. Shakira does really well on the Mauler faction talent tile. We have Mikola here as well to give us an attack buff when we control the Honor Arena. And then Lenya as a damage dealer in a Mauler comp. Lenya does really well with Shakira in a Mauler comp. Now, keep in mind, these teams are kind of custom made for the fact that we currently do not have 2 faction talent tiles. When we have 2 faction talent tiles, I will probably make an updated modification of the positioning and also get Lenya like the secondary tile. But assuming 1 tile, I like to have Shakir on it. I think he does better. And then the twins further power up the Lenya, and the twins, again, a free-to-play hero a lot of people have with the Dragon Roar artifact, very strong PvP artifact. Okay, team number 4, a great Lightbearer team, again using heroes which a lot of people would have invested into. Siren, who is a monster in PvP. You have Hugin to give mechanized bond buff to Odie, and we have Core Force spell Odie in the back, who is going to hit like a truck with the Lightbearer faction talent tiles. We have Real Festo giving energy to the Siren, Illusion giving protection to the Rowan. Rowan is going to boost our energy. This is going to be a pretty crazy team, honestly, and again, very free-to-play friendly. Solid team, Core Force spell using Festo, which a lot of people have built up. Finally, team number 5. Now I was really scrambling, trying to make use of heroes which I think probably a majority of free-to-play players have invested into. Basically, the heroes which were left over were Aradin, Damien, which I definitely then thought, okay, I need to make some sort of wilder team around these 2 heroes, because most people have invested into Arden and Damon, especially if you've been playing this game for a while. And then Haywin, a lot of people have built up, at least to Supreme Plus, maybe Paragon, and she is fine. The problem with Haywin is she's not very good this season because she's easy to kill, but this is really my weakest team. We are really limited on options, and I want to come up with heroes which I think people would have built up. And then Brutus is a tank. Brutus is a good tank even before you have him fully upgraded. He can work, but if you have any other better tank to run here, you can definitely run it. You can even run something like Igor, but I just don't know how many players have Igor built, for example, on their account. And Vala, a good secondary damage dealer. If you do not have Vala, you can replace her for some other damage dealer that you have Paragon upgraded. You can basically throw in anything here. It would work. And we're going to go for Malison spell, pretty decent PvP artifact. And there we have it for the free-to-play team lineup. But definitely team number 5 is the weakest of them all. I am very happy with the first 4, and 5 is just making use of the leftover heroes, basically. basically. Okay guys, so next up we have the pay to win teams, and the good news about the pay to win teams, we don't even have to talk about team 1 and 2 because they are exactly identical to my free to play teams. And that is really the thing, that I think that these two teams, even though they're not using any Celestial Hypogean, they're actually very solid in Clashfronts, and I think they're gonna do very well for me even on this pay to win account, right? The two teams are exactly the same. There's nothing really to talk about here. Okay, moving on to team number 3. Team number 3 is going to be just like the Lenya team, but it is using Athalia, because Athalia, of course, is a better dueler damage deal for this comp compared to Lenya. However, Lenya is not bad either. So if you do not have Athalia and you want to run this setup of pay to win teams, you can replace Athalia for Lenya. You can replace her for Harak, but I'm not going to do that because he's in one of my other teams. But basically, those are the things to keep in mind. Harak would be good as a bruiser here. Lenya would be good as a bruiser here. Athalia is probably the best, though, with the Dragon Roar artifact. Okay, team number 4. Hypogean Celestial team. If you have these heroes, and I think there are a good number of people who have Talene, of course people have Fresto, and maybe even Harak as well, right? I'm going to be running this team. I think that the Celestial Hypogean faction talent tiles are very strong. So I wanted to make a team around that. And definitely, you know, Siren on the faction talent tile, main Fresto on the Siren. Siren is going to ult really quickly, control the enemies, and then that is going to give Harak basically a window of opportunity to try and get a kill and basically have the pressure off of him, because Harak needs to get set up, but then when he gets going, it's impossible to stop him. So that's basically the idea. We also have damage from Talene. Fresto is going to be tanky. I think overall it is a good team. Of course, it's not a top tier team, because if they have Lily May, if they have Dunlinger, they are going to shut down this team. And if they go for an Iron Nuke here, I don't know if we would be able to survive it. Like, Damien healing is going to be pretty good, but it's just not as much like burst healing as like a Ludovic, for example. So it has its counters, definitely, but I think overall this is a pretty solid team, and the best option I was able to come up with what I had left over. And finally, team number 5 is going to be the full-out pay-to-win team. No holding back. Dunlinger, Diurnal. Now, this is because on this account, I have Dunlinger and Diurnal at Paragon 4. If I had, like, Kulu or Cryonaia Paragon 4, you would bet it that I would be running Kulu and Cryonaia along with Dunlinger, because, and I'm going to show you some comp ideas regarding that, but basically, you want to, for this final comp for pay-to-win team, you're going to run a hyper carry with the Core Force spell. Like, in the free-to-play comp, we ran Odie, who is like the free-to-play hyper carry. However, if you're talking about pay-to-win, it's either Diurnal, it's Cryonaia, that you'll have on the Celestial Hypogean tile with the Core Force spell, with Dunlinger protecting if you have Dunlinger. Otherwise, just run like a tank like Fresto or something. And for Diurnal specifically, you need to have non-permanent stab buffs to maximize his power. So we're going to have Pheromore with the non-permanent stab buff, attack buff, Leica with the non-permanent attack speed buff, and then Core Forge also counts as a non-permanent buff. So as long as the opponent doesn't have Siren, we will have 3 non-permanent buffs from the beginning of the match, and he is going to be exploding. Basically, exploding the enemy team. And Scarlita, not good, but just because I don't have any other Celestial Hypogean here left that is Paragon upgraded, honestly, I really wanted to do this. I really wanted to do Rainier on the Diurnal. If I had like a Paragon upgraded Rainier, I'd probably be doing this rather than Scarlita. But for now, Scarlita is the one that I am doing. Okay, so those are basically the teams for pay to win. Now, if you want some different alternative versions, I'm now going to show you a couple of teams from Fight Club. One of them, the first one is exactly how Fight Club laid it out. This is going to be the team. We'll talk through it. And then the other one is going to be kind of like a modification I did for a Cryonaia team, which I think would be pretty good. So this is an alternative idea. You know, we are running on my teams. We're running the Thorin, Ludovic, Bonnie with Tassi, Lily May. And that is a Tassi, Stroll, Bonnie comp. This is an alternative version, which into some matchups is even better. You have Igor, who is very difficult to kill. You have Citrana to spread the Bonnie debuff even more rapidly along with Talene. And you reduce their vitality as well. This is actually a very strong team. And if you don't have Talene, you can replace her for literally any other hero. The core is really Igor, Bonnie, Citrana with Ludovic, and then you can run whatever you want here. But if you have Talene, you can run her here. So this is a very strong comp. Definitely, I wanted to include this. I think this is another great option that you can try if you don't want to go for my specific team lineups. And then if you do that, you'll have Lily May free because yeah, I'm running Lily May on that team. And then you can run a team like this. So this is going to be a Cryonaia hyper carry comp. Now I decided to have Core Force Spell on Cryonaia in the back tile, Real Fresser on the Cryonaia, just to give it as much energy as possible. We have Kulu, who's going to begin with the 300 pre-fill energy. Ronan is going to boost her up with the energy potion, and Kulu is going to probably ultimate first, and then right after that, Cryonaia should be following up with an ultimate. That's good because if they have a Lily May, they can interrupt Kulu, and then Cryonaia is going to go off. But basically, this is about ramping up Cryonaia as quickly as possible. You have Lily May to interrupt the enemy, Fresser as a tank. So there's an alternative version that you can run of like kind of a hyper carry comp, which I think is really good as well. So basically, these are just two final teams I wanted to mention. If you want to fit them into any of your team lineups, definitely go for it. Personally, though, I think I'm going to be sticking to the teams that I have. There will be a formation ID to the pay-to-win team right now in the lower left corner, and earlier there would be the formation ID for the free-to-play team when we were talking about it. But good luck in Clashfronts. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. If you're not already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.